Cincinnati's offense on tape so far?
They're good at every level. You know, they got a tremendous quarterback who can run and throw, which is going to really be a big challenge for us. Their offensive line is very strong. They do a good job with moving and blocking and moving people, which you don't see a lot in college football nowadays. And they got wide receivers who can run. They got some bigger guys who can win some 50-50. So we're going to have to be ready on all three levels, ready to go. It's a huge challenge. And not just that, you know, Coach Satterfield is a really good play caller, somebody I always admired as a play caller. And so it's going to be a challenge for all of us, coaches and players.
DK, how much did you guys emphasize physicality, hitting, tackling, obviously, but the first two mostly physicality during that bye week, and how pleased were you with it, how it looked on Saturday?
We've always emphasized that, you know, playing fast, physical for each other. That hasn't changed since day one, since I got here. So it just kind of showed itself a little more, and that's how it should be. You know, as you continue to work on it, you should get better at it, and that's what we did. Really proud of our guys, how they did, how they played fast, physical, and for each other. And we just doubled down on what we believed on in the bye week, and just got better on it and looked to improve. We got a ways to go in all three of those categories, and so hopefully we can continue to grow this week.
You mentioned you admire Satterfield as a play caller. What about him did you look up to or like?
And I've known of him for a lot of years. Him and Coach Campbell were really good friends. They worked together at Toledo. And so I just always admire that, you know, he's kind of off script. He's really creative. You know how to get the ball to his playmakers. And, you know, and that's the signs of a great coach. And plus those guys play very, very hard, and they can run the ball, they can pass. They kind of do things on their own terms, and that's what good offenses do.
You guys did a good job of limiting Bo Prabula at Missouri with his legs. What did you guys do there, and what do you feel like can translate against a guy like Sorsby?
Kind of different offenses, so you know you're going to have to do some different things there to help out, and you know it's going to be everybody. Defensive line got to make sure they're rushing the proper way. You know, linebackers got to have good eyes when playing zone coverage. Everybody got to see the quarterback and be ready to go. But it's a total team effort to try to stop a guy like that, just like it was trying to stop a guy like Bo.
Go ahead, Kirby.
What was it like? It looked like Dean Miller kind of came back to some form there. What was it like seeing him?
It's always exciting to see Dan. Most importantly, I'm just proud of the way he's been working, and now he got to pay off in that game. And hopefully, we're going to see the best of Dean Miller from here on out. But when you're coming back from injury, you know sometimes it's just hard to get back. He missed a lot of reps in fall camp, and just kind of set him back. And now he's kind of getting back. And you know we got a lot of depth, which is great. You know, and Leroy really stepped in great and continued to play well for us. And you know on the other side there, you know we got Fink and we got Alex Bray. You know, playing at a high level too. So we're really happy with our depth and guys able to step in and do things, as well as Dak Brinkley, who was a little banged up, and now he's back ready to go this week. So I'm excited about those 5 guys.
This week in particular, how do you feel about where you guys are at safety, where some guys have been banged up and Devin Dye is going to miss the first half?
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You know, just with Devin Dye not being able to be there. But you know, once again, it's just going to touch your depth, and guys got to step in and be ready to play. Doesn't matter. Cincinnati don't care. They're going to go out there and try to do what they do. So we got to make sure our guys are ready to go, which they will be. Coach Shelby's doing a great job with that back end, along with Coach Burkett and JKP. So those guys will be ready to go. I'm excited to see them step up to the challenge.
Same with John. He's all over the place right now. He's playing fast, and I mean, is that just a guy being more comfortable than he has been? And you kind of talked about that in camp, but are you seeing that on game days now too?
Yeah, you're just you're happy anytime kids start to grow, and that's what it should be. You know, we're a developmental program, and he's just one of the guys who's starting to develop. He's getting comfortable in the defense, comfortable in his role in the defense. When people are comfortable, they play a lot faster, and when it's simple for them, they're playing fast. So I'm just really happy for him. Coach Simpson's doing a hell of a job, you know, with that group, and you know, he's really coming along and giving us somebody to help out Bengali. You know, there also. So once again, just kind of speaks to the depth and the coaching and the development those guys are getting here. And it's a credit to John because he's in here constantly growing as a person and is showing up on the field too. That's exciting.
What did you see from Jaylen Dye in his action on Saturday?
Jaylen Dye?
Yeah.
He did a good job. You talking about Devin or?
No, because you know Jaylen comes in after that and ends up forcing a fumble and.
Oh, well, he came in and played well. Came in and did, you know, just what we expected of him. You know, he's another guy who's been working really hard, but, you know, he hadn't had to pay off of playing, and now he had to pay off of the payoff of playing time. And so just excited, and his role is going to increase this week. And so really excited to see what he's doing out there. But I'm really proud of just him working, his attitude. You know, nowadays when kids are working hard but not getting the reward of playing, they pout. They complain, they whine, no different than some adults. But he just kept working, kept his head down, and he eventually got his payoff, on Saturday. And like I said, it's going to get increased this Saturday.
Say Gibbs' versatility, how's that helped you guys out with him, getting back healthy and getting it?
Yeah, it's always great to have another cover guy out there, especially in the Big 12. Just to have a guy who can cover, and that's what he helps us with. He's a good blitzer. He's a strong tackler, and so his versatility is really helping us out a lot on the back end. And then now that we're getting healthy, our depth is starting to show there at the cornerback position, nickel, whatever you want to call it.
How about the interior up front? Nice seeing Blake and Marcus get some action. Hear their name called.
Yeah, Blake's been doing good all year. He's really been just a part of that group. And Marcus is somebody who's growing. You talk about John being a young guy. I think Marcus is kind of next on that list as a young guy who's growing, doing a good job. The good thing about him, he has such great leadership in his room. So all he has to do is get in the flow of the leadership and keep going. But he's worked hard. He's got stronger. We really challenged him over the summer that he has to get stronger. And man, he really took that and really went and worked hard. So just proud of the kid on what he's done and how he's added another guy to that group that can come in and rotate.
Obviously, you mentioned the dual threat ability of sorts he has. Does that change up anything at practice? Are you guys doing anything different for a dual threat quarterback?
The great thing is that we got some athletic quarterbacks, so that really helps us out. David has done a really good job for us, as a scout team, but it's really just him being who he is. He's an athletic guy, so that's really fun. And most of our quarterbacks can run around and kind of do what he does now. He can sling that ball at such a high level that that's going to be tough to really duplicate in practice. But it's good to have a guy who can move around and trying to get the D lineman and keep him in the pocket, linebackers keep him in the pocket. So that's been a good part of practice to try to get a guy who can emulate what he does.
You worked with Cincinnati's DC for many years. How would you describe him as a coach and what he can do now leading his own defense?
You're kind of seeing, I think they're playing great defense. I haven't a chance to really watch them, honestly, but I imagine they're playing great defense. They're playing hard. He was an excellent linebacker coach for us at Iowa State. Had some guys in the NFL, had a whole bunch of all-conference guys, defensive player of the year. So he's a tremendous coach, but more importantly, Tyson's a tremendous person, and he's a great friend of mine. We speak often, not this week, but we speak often, and I'm just really proud and happy for him and his family that he got this opportunity to really showcase, his skills of being a leader as a defensive coordinator. So I can't wait to see him on Saturday and give him a big hug and go from there.
Anything else, Coach McDonald? All right, thanks everyone.
Thank you, guys.